Sierra Network Radio, the true Sierra Leonean community radio in the diaspora.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, we have all just concluded the launch of the Zero Ebola National Campaign. This required us to stay at home for 3 days to allow health workers, social mobilizers, and Ebola response workers to visit our homes with messages of activities against Ebola within our communities, all intended to help get us to zero. The National Ebola Response Center is still compiling comprehensive reports highlighting the level of success and the major challenges confronted during the launch. Preliminary reports, however, show that thanks to the high level of compliance from the public, we were successful in bringing out the sick from the communities. Let me therefore, as your president, take this opportunity to thank each and every Sierra Leonean from all walks of life and every corner of this country for once again showing great sense of patriotism and discipline, and for adhering and giving support to the National Ebola Response Center during the 3 days campaign. I ask that we continue in this manner in our households and communities as we continue to fight this wicked virus until it is removed from every community across the country. Let me also extend my sincere gratitude to all our health workers, volunteers, Ebola response workers, civil society organizations, members of the media, non-governmental organizations, staff of the ministries of health, water resources, energy, and NAC, the security forces, and all those who contributed in diverse ways to the Zero Ebola National Campaign. A big thank you also to all our international partners for their financial and moral support in the fight against the Ebola virus disease. It has been a difficult battle for all of us, but you have stood with us and supported us. As we plan for our post-Ebola recovery, we hope that your support will continue. In a communique on February 15th, 2015, my fellow Mano River Union presidents and I agreed on a target of 0 Ebola infections in our respective countries within 60 days. I am still committed to the agreements in the communique bringing Ebola to zero in my country by April 16, 2015. I am therefore reminding us all that the exercise that ended on Sunday, March 29th, is by no means the end of Ebola in Sierra Leone. Unless and until we record no new Ebola cases for 42 consecutive days, we must not relax. We must not let down our guard, and we must remain committed to the fight against Ebola. New Ebola infections in our country have continued to decrease week by week, and as the numbers continue to dwindle, we need to scale down the treatment and holding facilities and the staff numbers in the facilities. This move will in turn impact on the hazard pay policy, which officially ended the 31st March 2015. For those who will be laid off because of the scaling down of facilities, let me express my sincere thanks to you for your brave national service to your country. You have been great heroes of the battle. Your patriotism has been unparalleled. Because you have all done a good job, because you have also gained valuable knowledge and skills that are forever now required in this country, the government is working towards providing employment and absorbing some of you into the service as soon as possible to revamp the health system and sustain our recovery. Let me also state that schools will reopen on the 14th of April as planned. And the Ministry of Education is working very hard to ensure that all necessary measures are in place for the safe return of pupils to school. No tuition fees will be paid in public schools for the next 2 years. And a national school feeding program will be implemented in due course. We are also paying NPSA fees for all pupils in public and private schools, and Becare and WASC fees for all students in public schools. Government is also providing learning materials, including free exercise books for public schools. No head teacher or principal in public schools should collect monies for these tuition and exam fees. As we head towards the Easter breaks, let me also remind the general public that all the laws covered under the state of public emergency remain in force and must be strictly adhered to by all. The following restrictions will also remain in force for the Easter break. No public gathering as covered under the state of public emergency laws. No trading activities after 6 p.m. and on Sundays. No activities around the beaches and restaurants during the Easter break. We have been through a great trial, and it is not yet over. But if we continue to show courage, discipline, and act on the knowledge that every individual, every family, and every community is a major part of this fight, we'll be able to rid our country of this evil disease and to properly begin our recovery. The battle to get to 0 cases is truly on. We must not bring down our guard until we get there. A blessed Easter to you all. God bless Sierra Leone.
Sierra Network Radio, the true Sierra Leonean community radio in the diaspora.